What's up, everybody? Today we'll be in Moto X, and I'm going to be showing y'all the best things to do to practice and get better in Moto X. I'm on the 125cc two-stroke right now in the Seattle 1 map that is free. You should start out with it, both these bikes. And some people might say that this is just not a good bike. It's not fast, but it's a pretty good bike to practice on. It's a good speed. Once you get used to it, it'll feel like a good speed. It won't feel so slow, and you'll start thinking it's not a bad bike. So first we're going to practice on lines. And if you don't know what lines are, it's basically how you do the track. So a noob would go and they would just do each one of these whoops. They wouldn't really lean back that much. And that's slow, that's not very good. While a pro would go around the corner, inside, and they would skip some of these whoops and they would just jump over. But usually they'd be on faster bikes, so it'd be a lot easier for that. Jump over these instead of getting stuck in between them. And remember, stay out in the corner. You're going to want to aim for the sides of the whoops. If you don't know what those are, the bumps, they're called whoops when they go up and down. And lean back a lot. And it really depends what kind of lines you like. But lines really, certain lines like pro lines, semi-pro lines, they really help you out a lot, depending on what ones you use. And it will get you somewhere when really racing. And these are like real tips too. This will actually help in probably real life motocross. And that should lead us to our second thing, which will be wheeling. And some people think wheeling is just for tricks, but that's not true at all. Wheeling isn't always needed, but it's still used a lot in motocross itself to get speed. You can wheelie up these jumps. And during these whoops up here, you're going to want to lean back without looping the bike. You're going to want to wheelie and try to jump them and try to lean back as far as you can. I know it's pretty hard to do, but you'll get used to it. The bike is going to start bobbing up and down like that, but you're going to have to get used to that because that means you're doing the whoops right. If it does that, then you're doing it right, and you should be proud of what you're doing because that is absolutely what you should be doing. And on these tighter whoops, this should really help get some speed. You got to want to lean forward a lot while still maintaining a wheelie once you already get it so you don't loop the bike. But yeah, it's a lot harder on the 125. Eventually, you're going to want to work up to the 250 for practicing. But yeah, wheeling does help. So make sure to use that out a lot. And that could end up like giving you a lot more speed and momentum. The third is you're going to want to land correct. A lot of people would think the best way to land is to land like front tire down first and smooth into it like that. But no, that's actually a bad way to land because not only could you absolutely bite the dust like I just did, but not like that, but it ruins a lot of your momentum and you don't even think it does, but it really does. You're going to land back tire down first and hit the gas, but don't loop it. And not only will that give you some more speed, it'll make sure you don't, bite the dust by going front tire down first. Because while front tire down first is smoother, your back tire has way more suspension than the front tire. Realistically, your back tire has a lot more suspension. And that's like a real tip. This doesn't just go for Moto X. And your final lesson will be you'll probably get scared to gas it through the corners because you might like crash. You might think, oh, I might crash. But if you stop thinking about crashing, you might end up just not crashing in general. Give it some more gas and just stop worrying. Because worrying in itself doesn't help a lot of times. You just want to give it some gas, fly through those corners, don't go slow. Use some pro lines. And that's really the last thing I can tell you, but follow and like the video for more tips. Try these out yourself. And I'll get some more videos out soon. I know it's been a while, but credits to Moto X. I want to say, Moto X, I don't like your new updates. I don't know why you're doing this. There's water everywhere now, and that's kind of weird. Like, I get it's for the jet skis, but that's still kind of weird for dirt bike riders. Because nobody's going to use the jet skis. Be real, nobody cares about them. Nobody cares. But anyway, other than that little talk I just had with Moto X, because how sucky their game has been recently. Yeah, you should definitely use these lines and these tips, because they will end up helping you out. They're some of the best tips I can probably give you. Like, landing those corners. And don't be afraid to tilt the bike a lot against the berm. So pretend this thing is the berm right here, and just tilt the bike a lot more. Don't be afraid to do that. It gives you way more turning capability. Instead of just turning like this, tilt the bike and then give it some handlebars. Which, it's a different story in real life. You don't want to give it as much handlebar, because tilting actually does a lot more of the work. But tilting doesn't really work much in this game. It will help though, a bit. So yeah. Those are some tips and tricks, best I can offer. Like and subscribe for some more. And don't worry about how much I've been posting recently. It's been kind of hard to post. But I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.